Hello, so we are What's a Disney and we are going to do a video today to go through our top 5s of things that we like to do in Orlando. So these will differ from each person, these are just personally our top 5 and they'll probably vary for each other. So the first one we're going to go through is ride. Do you want to start with your top ride? What your top ride in?
Can you guess?
Flight of Passage.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the same as me. I think out of all the rides in Orlando, Flight of Passage is just the...
It's up there. It's a whole different experience, isn't it? It's saying if you've never done sort of like VR rides or anything like that, it's an eye opener. It's brilliant.
And just the technology, and it's just a different level, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth. I think I don't do queues. If there is a queue for a ride, I would rather not come back. But I think I would definitely queue for 2 hours for Flight of Passage.
Yeah.
Easy. 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause there's so much to look and do at in the queue. You've got the science lab inside, and you've got all the other bits and bobs. It doesn't actually feel like you're in a 2-hour queue. So, although it sounds a lot, they always make the queue a little bit longer than what it is to try and deter people away from the queue. So just bear that in mind. But yeah, go for it. If you can get a fast pass, it's happy days, but they're far and few between.
You've got more chance of getting a fast pass if you're staying on property, because you can do the fast passes 60 days in advance, whereas we stay off site, so ours is 30.
30 days.
But you can, if you keep checking through, they do sometimes come up when people cancel them. So.
Number 2. Ready?
What's yours?
Number 2 is Rocket Roller Coaster in Hollywood Studios. Just because I'm into that kind of music, I like the band anyway, and it's high speed, fast energy, and you've got one of the songs blaring in the back of your head, and it's just, I think it's also one of the only rides that go upside down on Disney. In Disney.
Yeah. It's probably one of the main actual proper roller coasters in Disney.
Yeah. I mean, you can have a bit of a queue as well, because it is classed as was classed as a tier 1 ride. I'm not sure if it still is. Quite possibly. But yeah, that's one of my personal favourites.
Do you want to guess my second one?
I reckon yours is going to be Tower of Terror.
No.
It's not?
No, Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion?
I love Haunted Mansion. I just love the theming around it. I literally have a little Haunted Mansion bit on our dining room table. I just love the ride. I think it's like one of my favourites. Obviously it's not the most thrill-seeking ride, but it's just, I love it. It's so good. Go on, what's your third?
Number 3, something slightly different. It's going to be the Safari at Animal Kingdom.
That's not a ride.
Well, you're on a truck, aren't you? You get driven around, you're going for a ride. It's just saying, when it's a hot day, you just get to sit on the truck, go for a ride.
A ride.
Around the safari.
Drive.
It's about a 20-minute ride.
Well, it depends. If there's an animal sat in front of you, you could be there for an hour.
Well, generally.
Yeah,
about 20 minutes. It's just it's a sit down, just to chill out. The driver gives you loads of knowledge about the animals and what they do, and if it's like their mating routines and things like that, and other bits and bobs. I just enjoy it.
My third one is Falcon's Fury at Busch Gardens, which you hated.
Yeah, a bit of wee came up.
Yeah, I do like thrill-seeking rides, and I think out of all of the rides across the SeaWorld, Universal and Disney, that's got to be, they ain't for the faint-hearted. If you haven't done it and you like a thrill, definitely Falcon's Fury at Busch Gardens. And where's Busch Gardens? Down Tampa Bay, isn't it?
Down Tampa Bay.
Yeah, so it's about what, an hour?
It's about 70 miles from International Drive, give or take. So it takes probably about an hour and a half to get there, in good traffic. When we went there, it was just straight down the motorway, all the way till we got to the gate. And yeah, a bit longer on the way back. There's a bit of traffic on the way back, but yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if you're not driving, there are places down International Drive that you can jump on a bus. I don't know times and locations of pickup.
Right, go on your fourth.
Number 4. Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain.
Yeah. Purely just because out there in the heat, it gets too much sometimes, so you just need to go on a ride, cool off, and you get wet. 5 minutes time, you're bone dry again.
Yeah. The first time we went, didn't we? We were so excited for Splash Mountain, and we got there and it was having maintenance, so it was just drained, and we were like, oh.
Yeah. So it was a bottle of water over the head special.
Yeah. My fourth one is Mission Space in Epcot. So we hadn't heard, we just sort of like stumbled across Mission Space. We hadn't done it before, we hadn't seen it on any vlogs, we'd not heard anything about it. And there was like, there's two options. You can go through like, I think it's like green and orange, or what route you want to do. So I was like, let's just go for the full shabam and go.
Because the green one is a bit softer than the orange one. There's two different levels.
Two different levels, yeah. We went for the orange, the full shabam. And when I sat in there was like sick bags in front of you, and I was like, alright, like it's a bit, like there was nothing to sort of explain what was going to happen, and literally it was so good. I don't like any rides, spinny, anything like that, I'm absolutely fine with, but if you don't do spinny round and round, the ride is not for you. But it's so good, I really enjoyed it. It's like nothing I've ever been on before.
No, and this, if you're claustrophobic as well, it's not the best of rides to go on, because the screen sort of come right up into your face, and
or you get sick by looking at something that moves like that close to you.
But apart from that,
it's so
good.
fun. Go on your fifth.
Slinky Dog. Purely because I love Toy Story. Just the best. Like, it's not the most thrill-seeking roller coaster in the world.
It's quite a kiddie's roller coaster.
It's a kid's roller coaster, really, but I enjoyed it. I'm a kid at heart, so it was good.
So my fifth one, can you ever guess what my fifth one is? Without looking?
No.
Dinosaur in Animal Kingdom. So again, we didn't really know what to expect. So some of these rides that we'd not seen on vlogs or anything, like some that like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and stuff we'd seen, so we knew, but not Dinosaur. And I love dinosaurs anyway. So we went in, and again, it's just, you just don't expect it. Like, what happens, you just don't know. Like, I can't explain to people what happens, but it is just, I think we went round, must have gone 3 or 4 times, like, in a loop, because it was quite quiet when we went, and it was just crazy.
Yeah, it's quite a rough ride.
Like, yeah, if you've got bad back.
If you've got bad back or a sore neck, it might not be the best of rides, but I'm not saying don't go on it, it's up to you. But I think it's only when we got back from the holiday that we was looking on the vlogs, and I think we actually come across it from Tim Tracker.
I might have.
It was definitely when we got back we saw it.
Yeah.
We saw it from Tim Tracker.
I think that's a lot with some of the rides. You can watch vlogs to sort of understand the best way to plan your holiday, but sometimes it does take out the sort of
the fun
of the ride if you've never done it before. Because literally you come out of Dinosaur and you're like, what have I just experienced? Like, what has just happened? But yeah, no, they're my top 5.
Oh yes. And next we've got things we want to do in Orlando but we haven't done yet.
And we don't know each other's either, do we?
No, we don't know each other's on this one, so go on.
Yeah.
Take us away with number 1.
So my thing that I would like to do is go diving at SeaWorld. You can go full on diving, but I think you need to be a certificated.
Yes.
That thing, you need to be a certificated diver, which I am not. But I would, as in the UK, I would love to take diving lessons and learn to dive. I love being underwater. I love being with aquatic animals or any animals. So yeah, diving in SeaWorld is definitely, I think it's quite reasonable as well. I think it's only about $200. They do other diving that you don't have to be certificated for. That word. I'm not very good, I'm going to stop using that. But yeah, you don't have to be a qualified diver for. And they do like shark dives and stuff, so that will be definitely something I look into. But I think $200 is very reasonable to go diving in SeaWorld.
If you've got a good exchange rate as well, it works out not too bad.
Not too bad.
Number 1.
For you.
My number 1 will be, I want to see a rocket take off from the space rocket. Take you off
NASA.
NASA. That one.
NASA.
Just because I'm into sort of like aircraft and bits and bobs like that, and just you don't get to see a rocket take off from everywhere, do you?
So I have seen before, like, it on vlogs about like the rockets taking off and stuff, and we watched a vlog by Luke and Laura, who are some of our favourites, and when they actually showed, so I am not very like
Smart
aviationist, is that a word? I'm not very good with aeroplanes and stuff. So I literally thought like you could stand like right near the rocket and watch it, like you'd be like underneath, like round a circle, and you could watch it take off. But you don't shake your head. No, because other people might think the same. So I thought you would be near it, and then when they put their video on, like there was this tiny rocket like being launched in the distance. So if that is something you're gonna do, like I would have been a bit disappointed if I thought you could literally stand under the rocket and you can't.
if you stood underneath the rocket, you'd be just melted.
Yeah, but the rocket things go down.
Anyway, number 2.
Number 2. Is it my turn?
Oh, it's number 1, your one.
No, I done number 1. Mine was diving.
Oh yes, number 2.
Okay. So, horse riding in Disney. You can do it at one of the Disney resorts. I think it's Fort Wilderness. But you can actually do like a little horse ride. So, we've done horse riding before. Is it Cactus Jack's?
Yeah.
Or a...
Yeah,
it was Cactus Jack's. We done horse riding there. I haven't had a horse, I haven't horse ridden before, but that was the first time I'd done horse riding, and I loved it. So I don't know what the one on Disney would be like, because the one we done was right out in the wilderness, wasn't it? Sort of through the outback.
It was proper like out in the sticks.
Yeah.
Sort of like.
But that was really good, so I'd love to do the Disney one just to see what the difference would be. I obviously I know you're not going to ride through the Disney parks, but...
No, I mean, it was good. I mean, I've owned a horse before, I've done horse riding, obviously, all bits and bobs like that, and it was just a different experience. Like, where you go, you don't really get to do in the UK. Like, we went all through the back of the sticks, didn't we? There were like different animals just roaming free through like the trees and bits and bobs like that, and it was a bit...
I think a bit of it was a bit scary though, because we were like going through, and then her, like the girl that was leading, her horse sort of like stopped, and obviously ours all just sort of stopped behind, and then she was like, I think there might be like a bear up front, and I was like, a bear? Like, am I going to get mullered to death? Like, are you joking? But obviously the horses are all trained to behave so well. The person that leads it is trained to sort of know what to pick out for, and obviously it must just be normal if you live in the outbacks of America and you're going through woods 3 or 4 times a day.
But it's also when you're walking around and you see the guy sort of like duck like that, and she says, "Look out!" If you're not quick to look, you sort of like got spiders like the size of that hanging out of the trees, and you're like, "Yeah, I'll just kick it on and walk along a bit quicker."
Yeah, I don't do spiders. Do not like spiders. That was probably the worst for me, the spiders. But yeah, next one.
Number 2. I want to go to Daytona Raceway to actually watch a race. I've been to the outside before. Never been inside. I watched Tim Tracker's vlog when he was at the NASCAR 500. It looked amazing. Definitely want to do. Not sure prices and what the calendar is for racing, but it's definitely something worth looking into if you can book your holiday around that time. But yeah, it's definitely a winner for me.
What number are you up to?
So
my next one is I would like to visit the Turtle Hospital, and they basically bring in, rescue, nurture back to health and release back to the wild. I believe it's somewhere near Miami, so it's not sort of within the Disney area, but it's definitely something we could look at in a few years' time, like break the holiday up, go to sort of Orlando and then travel down for a couple of days, because I would love to do that.
My next one, it's just a bit of a chill out day really. We've all passed the golf on iDrive quite a lot. We've always said, oh, we'll have to do it, we never got around to it. So I think when we go back out, it's going to have to be a must. Just a cool afternoon, just a chill. I think it's about $20-ish a person for the whole course. It's not too bad. But it's just, you haven't got to be tracing around parks and all like hot and sticky and close to people.
And I think it goes quite late in the evening as well, so we could do it on if we've got an early park day, go out and have dinner and
I think some of them shut at about 2 AM.
Yeah.
So it's not
quite
too
a
bad.
normal time. Right, my next one is the swing in the fun spot in Old Town. It's
Skydrop.
Is that what's called? Sky?
Skydrop.
Yeah.
Sky Coaster.
Sky Coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Sky Coaster. But I think it's about 70.
That's $70 for the both of us, isn't it?
Is it? I thought it was each.
I don't know, we'll have to clarify
Yeah.
prices.
I'm not 100% sure on prices, but yeah. So that just looks so good. I think it's kind of like a laying down bungee jump, but
I've been out there with family before, and family have done it.
who done it?
No, I've not done it personally myself.
No, who done it?
Stuart.
Did he?
Yeah, Stuart's done it. Stuart's my uncle. He said it was brilliant. You can get, I think you believe, once you get off, you can get a picture and a video souvenir as well.
Yeah, you get a ride.
Like a bride souvenir. But it's high. I think it's the highest one in, well, definitely that area anyway. I'm not going to say because I sound silly. But it's definitely the highest one in Orlando, isn't it? Because you've also got one, I believe they've got one down International Drive in a fun spot by the malls.
Malls, yeah.
But I don't think it's as high. Not sure. Next one will be from me, and I've just lost my list. I'm not really a beachy person, but I like to go to Clearwater Beach. I've seen a few vlogs from, I think Will and Lely, wasn't it? They went down there.
Yeah,
And,
Lily.
They went down there. It looked really good. They went to a restaurant as well, didn't they? Where you
Put the dollar. Yeah. I
Um,
think it's for people that have gone to. Is it Fight for the Country
is
or
it out to sea?
something like that?
Very nice meaning to it, anyway. And I'd like to go down there, have a look, stick a couple of dollars on the wall, and just have a chill. Probably be there for about half an hour and then get bored because I don't like sitting down. But
Yeah, but you got the Sea Screamer as well down there, so there'd be quite a bit of stuff to do.
Yeah.
But we've never visited a beach. Well, we've only been over there, what, 3 times? Yeah, 3 times.
Only 3 times.
Yeah, well, some people go over like 3 or 4 times a year. So my last one for things that I would like to do is so you can do extras when you go to the park. So we've done the Keys to the Kingdom tour, which we would highly recommend. That was so good. But they also do quite a few additionals at Animal Kingdom. So I'd like to do one of the safari extras. So I think one of them you can actually sort of walk through certain areas of the safari. They've got a nighttime safari. So I would like to do one of the extras at Animal Kingdom.
There's just so much to do, extras. You just don't know what to pick. Like Andrew said, we've done Keys of the Kingdom. She brought it for my birthday when we was out there last year. And that's brilliant. It's a lot of walking. Make sure you put your Skechers on, because Skechers are a must. But
Yeah, decent footwear is probably one of the most important things.
Yeah. But they've got loads of different tours. So it's worth having a look on the website, see what you fancy.
They change them up as well, and the prices, like,
not too
I
terrible,
don't think they're too terrible. For what you get, like with the Keys to the Kingdom, we literally got like a whole day tour, more or less. We got like lunch included, and we got to go sort of what they would call off stage, like backstage, and we won't give away too much. But yeah, with stuff that you would not be able to see anywhere or be able to do unless you're on that tour. So it's definitely, if you are sort of a hardcore Disney fan, or you've been to Florida a few times, you're looking for something different or something extra, that's definitely, like the different tours that Disney do, is definitely something that's worth looking into.
Yes.
I think are we on to our next list?
I'm on to my last one.
Oh yeah, that was my one.
Stay on property. We've never stayed on property. Too tight for that, I guess. Just because if you stay on property, because we always hire a car, so you got to pay for parking the car even though you're a guest and all the other bits and bobs. So we opt to stay off property.
Have they bought the hotel parking in yet?
Yeah.
They have.
Yeah. We stay off property because we don't always want to do a park every single day. We want to do the chill out days. So like we said, drive to the horse riding or an afternoon down Old Town and into the evening. It's just, I don't know, maybe something like a week or 10 days would probably be enough for me staying on property.
I think as well, food is another big thing for staying on property, because we don't eat in Disney that often. Like, you're quite a fussy eater. Yeah, just a tad. So if you were staying sort of on property, you would be limited on where you would be able to eat. You would have to eat on property. Whereas we do enjoy going to sort of Miller's, Frankie and Benny's. Miller's, TGI's. Got Frankie and Benny's on my brain. and sort of other like restaurants that aren't within the Disney complex, and I think you are more.
It's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you just are more limited when you stay on property to, you know, what you can do. But I would like to stay for maybe 10 days, do on property with like the dining plan, and then sort of look at the different, because we eat elsewhere, we don't always look at the different restaurants there are, whereas if we had the dining plan, we could sort of experience a bit more. So it'd definitely be something that I think we'll look into in the future, but I don't think personally I could do 2 weeks down on Disney.
No.
I'd like to...
Maybe even if we went out there for 2 weeks and just done a 7-day in Disney and a 7-day off property.
Yeah, have a car after the 7 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Right, what's the next list?
Our favourite parks.
Okay, well, our first two I reckon are going to be the same. 1, 2, 3. Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
Done. And the second one, 1, 2, 3. Animal Kingdom. Boom. I think after that it's going to change. So what's your third?
Number 3 is Busch Gardens.
Busch Gardens. Oh, mine's Busch Gardens. I didn't think yours would be Busch Gardens.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Apart from Tyson Fury, no. I enjoy it.
I think Busch Gardens, because it's that bit further out as well, like not many people
Want to travel down there?
No, especially people that are either staying on property or they haven't got a car, because it would be for an hour's journey. It'd be quite a lot for sort of a taxi or an Uber. But I really think it is.
It's more of an adult park as well. You got the proper roller coasters there. Got the upside down, spinny, Tyson Fury, horrible looking ones, and you've also got.
There is a kids area. You've got Sesame Street,
and you've also got a little bit of it. Well, they've got animals there, so you can see the giraffes. We saw the hippo,
and you can actually do extra tours at Busch Garden as well. So you can go onto like a safari as an extra, like if you pay for the extra to do that. So that would be something that would be quite good as well. But oh, no, answer it's fine. I can't crop it out. Or my fourth one is Universal. I think is yours the same?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
How funny. I just like all the different areas of Universal and the rides and stuff, and obviously the Harry Potter and everything like that.
We've only been there once.
Yeah, we're going back.
We're going back.
Hopefully this year.
This year. Because we've done a little bit in Universal and a little bit in Islands of Adventure. But there's just so much to do.
What do you prefer, Islands of Adventure or Universal? Universal.
I don't know. I've got favourite rides in both parks.
Both, yeah.
So it's a bit, I can't really decide. I just like it as a package.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I think we kind of park hopped, didn't we, between the two as well?
Yeah.
So we didn't stay sort of sat in one. Because you can get there via the Hogwarts Express.
Yeah.
So you can sort of...
You just got to take your park tickets with you.
Yeah, because we didn't do that the first time.
My last one is Hollywood Studios. I'm not a massive fan of the park, but...
It's very, very small, Hollywood Studios. Out of all the Disney parks, it is the tiniest, and it shows. There's a lot of people, isn't there?
A lot of people in a small place.
Yeah.
But my main reason for liking it is Toy Story Land, the Rock 'n' Roller Coaster, and Fantasmic, and Terra Terra. They're sort of the reasons why I would go to the park. If it wasn't for them, I'd probably boycott it, really, just because it's not my thing.
I don't think, boycott's not the word. That's when you refuse to go something because something they've done.
Okay, I wouldn't go.
Yeah. No, I do like the theming and the atmosphere. There's just, especially with Toy Story Land opening and now Star Wars Land, there is a lot of people in a small space. So if you do get sort of frustrated with crowds, or you're not too good with crowds, it's not the sort of park like Magic Kingdom. There's probably double the amount of people in Magic Kingdom, but you'll still be able to find somewhere quiet to sit and relax and just take 5 minutes out. Whereas I struggle with Hollywood Studios to find that
just a bit of space, just
Yeah.
to stand at the side and not get bumped into by people, or people walking so close behind you that they might as well be on your back.
Yeah, it's a very squidgy park, and I think our plan for hopefully November is to sort of split it and not do the whole day at Hollywood Studios, to maybe do sort of a morning, which is normally enough, and then to go back on a different occasion and do the evening. I think it's a good park. Like all the parks are good, but it's just very squidgy. My last one for parks, I don't know if I'm classing it as a park, is Discovery Cove. I love water, as you've probably gathered about the diving, but so Discovery Cove is out of this world. It is phenomenal. Like, you wouldn't be able to experience that anywhere else by any other park. And I think for the price of it, it's really good. And they also offer as well, if you buy the Discovery Cove package, sometimes SeaWorld will give you free tickets to SeaWorld and Aquatica for 2 weeks. So that's really good. You get all your food, your drink included. We got breakfast, lunch, snacks all day. There was alcohol included as well. Huh?
All unlimited, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all unlimited.
There's a certain, I think if you get cocktails, that's an extra package you have to buy.
Yeah, so you get sort of like the Bud Light Lime was on the free, which was fine by me, but if you want sort of the cocktails and the more fancier alcohol beverages, then you can pay an upgraded drinks
Fee.
Package,
Yeah.
drinks package.
Also, it's limited to 1,300 people a day. So it's capped. Even on a busy day, you'd still be able to move around and enjoy yourself. You've got the dolphin pool that you can see. Out the back, you can see them training the dolphins. You've got the pool where you can swim with all the fish and the stingrays. You can see the sharks through if you go around the back of the pool, you've got like a big glass area where you can see the sharks underneath the water. That's really good.
And again, there's extras. So kind of done the underwater underwater walking experience, which is on our Discovery Cove. It wasn't a vlog, it's just our holiday memories sort of as all together. And again, that was really good.
It's only $40 a person as well, wasn't it? $40 or 40 English pounds?
Something. It weren't bad. But they also have other ones where you can do a shark experience, where you can hold sharks, and you can obviously do the dolphin experience. And for someone that doesn't do water, you still had an enjoyable day, didn't you?
Yeah. So I was happy sitting in the pool with my banana slushy and watching the world go by. I enjoyed it. It was good.
And that's the thing, even if you're older, younger, little kids, can swim, can't swim, enjoy water, don't enjoy water, there's enough. You can sit on the sand on a sunbed the whole day if you wanted to, or you could literally sit and drink the whole day if you wanted to.
Even if you're not a massive swimmer, obviously as part of the insurances, I suppose, as well as all the other water parks, they've got the life jackets. So if you've got the kids and you're worried about them running into the pool, you've got the jackets, you've got the floats, and so it does take a bit of stress off your mind if you are travelling with little ones. My next one.
So what is the next?
Florida attractions.
Top 5 Florida attractions that we've done and sort of why we've chosen them. So what's your favourite Florida attraction?
I really like Disney Springs. Disney Springs is just sort of, you can just go, t-shirt, shorts, and you just walk around, listen to all the different bands playing, look at all the different shops. You got a couple of Disney shops there. It's just a nice chilled out, grab a beer, sit on the wall and watch a band play, especially at the House of Blues. That's one of my favourite places to sit outside of. Yeah, so
you see the sun's just come out of that.
Yes, it's Blaney.
Yeah. My favourite, I know I've spoken about it briefly, was the horse riding that we did through the Outbacks, just because it was so nice to see Florida that wasn't all built up, I suppose. When you're down I-Drive, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of shops, there's a lot of sort of commercialised things, whereas to actually go to do the horse riding, you take it back to the bare bones of what it is, and it was just lovely.
You're lucky to hear a car, aren't you, really?
Yeah, it was just beautiful. It was amazing. Second.
Old Town Kissimmee is my next one. Especially when you go in an evening, more during the summer than the winter. They put a big screen up, you can watch a film, just all sitting outside watching a film. Sounds absolutely brilliant. We don't go in the summer. We sort of go later part of the year just because that's our preference.
It's too hot for me then.
Yeah, it can be too hot in the summer.
Yeah.
Also, you got all the shops lit up, all the neon lights lit up, the rides look cool, and certain nights of the week you got motorbike and classic car
Cars.
shows.
And there's some really unusual shops as well that you wouldn't sort of find anywhere else. They're quite quirky little.
Yeah.
It's sort of a bit like walking through Brighton. Like you get all the little random
Bits of bobs.
bobs. Yeah. My next one, again, I've spoken about it before, but the Disney tours. I just think for the value of money and what you get for what you pay is one of my favourite things, you know, going out there. It's something different as well. It's not something, you know, that you do every day. It's not something you do all the time. And you just see a completely different light. And obviously there's something for everyone, whether you want to do sort of a VIP package, or you just want to do like a behind the scenes tour, or you want to do, you know, an animal tour. Like there's so many different options to choose from, and it's something different for the holiday, really.
I kind of only got one more left because I've covered everything in my previous ones. But the shopping malls. Shopping's not everyone's cup of tea. Don't get me wrong, if the exchange rate is alright, you can get some bargains out there. A lot of people tend to go for handbags, especially the Michael Kors handbags, because they work out pretty cheap if you've got a good conversion rate. But also you've got places like Tommy Hilfiger, like the clearance stores. It's just, you can get, like, I got a t-shirt for $5. Like, where'd you get a designer t-shirt for $5?
Yeah. I think what we'll do is we'll maybe do another video after and show some of the stuff that we've bought on our previous holidays, just to sort of give people an idea of what shopping is. We are not
Big shoppers.
big into shopping, designers, handbags.
Cheap and cheerful.
Yeah, we're quite sort of standard. But the quality of stuff you get out there, like all the Tommy Hilfiger stuff that you've bought, has been washed and worn and is in, you know, perfect condition. And for what we actually paid for it would be what you would pay similar to sort of Primark, Asda, anything down here. So it is sort of, it's worth it if you are popping in, and the clothes are good quality, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
So I think the next couple of mine have sort of echoed what Levi has said. Disney Springs is something that I really enjoy out there, along with Starflyer. But another thing that we done last year, which we haven't covered off, is Gatorland.
Oh.
And Gatorland is, we got it free, didn't we, when we booked with Ocean Florida. Ocean Florida always sort of give away a load of free bits when you book with them, and Gatorland was one of them. And it was just, we went for 3 weeks, so we had a bit of sort of spare time. And it was really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
It's only sort of 20 minutes from my drive. So you don't sort of... Well, it depends where you stay. We stay in the Rose Inn at Point, so it's quite close to like the convention centre and like the I-4 and like Orlando Airport.
Slap bang in the middle.
And it's about a 20-minute drive. So...
And it's funny, like, I don't know, when you sort of think like Gatorland, you think like a load of crocodiles that are sort of...
Or alligators.
Alligators.
Being Gatorland.
Gatorland. Crocodiles and alligators, the same thing.
Well, they don't call it Crocodile Land, do they?
The same thing.
Anyway...
Like, just all randomly there. But it's not. They have so many different things to do. They have shows. And the two guys that were doing the shows while we were there were hilarious. And, like, the gators are quite cute. Like, they're not, like, scary. Do you know? I thought they were really cute.
Well, I wouldn't want to get in and give them a cuddle, put it that way.
But, yeah, the shows and stuff that they do is really funny. And we were actually there for the whole day. We thought it was only going to be sort of there for a couple of hours. But we stayed. We watched all the shows.
You got loads of different things you can see. They've got a train ride that goes round. They've got like a big monster truck buggy that they take you for a drive.
Yeah.
They do have zip lining as well.
So again, there's loads of extra things that if you wanted to pay for the additional, there's so much other stuff. We didn't pay for anything additional. I think we bought 2 slush puppies. And the rest of it was sort of all included within the ticket. And again, all the shows, there was meet and greets where you could have pictures with snakes and things, which is your favourite thing. And yeah, it was just a really good, fun day out. It was really interesting. Yeah, so they're sort of the top 5 of other Orlando attractions. So what is next on us? Food.
The good stuff.
We are food people. Well, I say we're food people. We're not posh food people. We don't like posh stuff. But we do like
food.
Like the standard food that's bad for you.
Number 1 is going to be the same. We both know it. Our favourite meal is TGI's No,
That's not my top one.
it's not.
No.
Oh man, my favourite meal: Jack Daniel's chicken, sesame seed chicken in TGI's. Oh,
Yeah, so TGI's, so sort of where we stay, TGI's is just sort of across the road and
Opposite.
up a bit. It's not far at all. And they're open till like 2 in the morning. So even when we've had like a long day in the park, and I think it's Monday to Friday, the offers vary from what TGI's you go to, but they do mains for prices of starters. So you can get like a main portion of the Jack Daniel's sesame seed chicken with the chips, and it's like $6.
but don't quote us on that because it does change.
Yeah,
all the time.
that was just what happened
That's
when we were there.
when we was there. That's what it was like.
Some of them do unlimited starters. The ones that are in the tourist areas tend to not. But yeah, we TGI's is sort of our go-to meal here as well, isn't it? Like if someone's birthday, we tend to go TGI's just because.
The Jack Daniel's chicken.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, my top one is the Ford Garage. Yeah, so the Ford Garage. So I've been brought up around cars because that's what my dad's job is, and especially Fords. So to actually go to the Ford Garage was like phenomenal. And even if you didn't like cars, you don't sort of appreciate it, just the way that it's set out and the way that it looks, it's just so different. And the food that we had personally, I've heard different reviews online, but the food that we had was damn good.
It was good. It wasn't overpriced.
No.
And they're quite big portions for what sort of the money you pay. I think it was a fair portion.
Yeah, I do.
Just the way the restaurant's set out as well is brilliant. You've got
even like the paper you get in the bottom of the bowls is like Ford paper. The knives and forks are wrapped in like rags with
cable ties,
not cable ties.
hose clips.
Yeah. And it's just, you get the burgers are branded with the Ford Garage logo. You've got the cars out the front with the gas
Gas pumps.
pumps. I love it there. I think it's really good. It's really funky, and it's down by the other set of malls. So we come out of there, go for a walk around the shops, and get the iTrolley back.
Yeah. It's stop number 1 on the iTrolley.
Yeah.
Stop number 1. It's worth doing. We'll insert some pictures now. Would you like a shovel?
I would like a shovel.
Of
The food that we got.
the food. The toilets are really cool as well.
Yeah, that sounds really random. The toilets are good.
The sinks and the tap, they're also really good. Yeah.
Just the whole atmosphere in there. It's just a really wicked place. So yeah, that was my top one.
My next one is Denny's. Cheap, cheerful, lots of food, always over order and under eat. But I love the chicken sampler. I'm such a chicken person. Like every meal has got chicken.
That's all you eat.
Yeah, pretty much all I eat.
There's no excitement.
I'm surprised I don't walk around clucking, but it's brilliant. You get 3 or 4 different lumps of chicken with all the different sauces and chips and milkshake.
And the milkshake as well. It's probably quite normal over in America, but it's not normal for us. You order like a milkshake and they'll give you the glass of milkshake, and then they'll bring the rest of the milkshake that they've blended up that they didn't fit in the glass. So you literally have like 2 milkshakes. That, you've got the nachos. Oh, Denny's was on my list, but it was number 5.
I believe it's open 24 hours as well. So any time,
Is it?
I believe so. Any time of day, you can just go in, grab something to eat, and
It is a very basic restaurant, as in like the service. So at TGI's, you know, if your drink was empty, it would be refilled, I would find, before, you know, you've even taken the last drink. But with Denny's, I did find that sometimes we were waiting quite a while for food. It would come up at different times, but it is so cheap. Like, I think it's probably cheaper than McDonald's.
No.
Yeah. I think it's cheaper. The portions that we order at McDonald's, the amount that we order, Denny's is definitely cheaper for us than McDonald's.
Moving on.
So yeah, it is a very, very basic. It's don't expect a 5-star dining. The food's good. It's quite busy. A lot of tourists go there, and obviously that does sometimes.
It's just a cheap, cheerful, go out, grab something to eat, get on with your day restaurant.
But it's damn good. Next on mine, so second on mine was Casey's.
Yes.
So this is one of the Disney places. It's like a quick service that we have eaten in, and damn, it was good.
You kind of get the box, the roll, and then the hot
dog.
It's massive.
And it tastes so good.
Yes.
Like, it's so good quality.
It's a very good quality piece of meat, if you like. It's not a lot.
It's a wiener.
There's not a lot of fat in it. I'm very fussy. I don't eat hardly anything, but this one,
onions, jalapenos, mustard,
chips.
You ate chips as well.
One thing I would recommend is don't buy a drink with a meal because it makes it very expensive.
Yeah, the drinks in Disney are sort of the soda drinks can be quite expensive because Universal have the refills where you can buy a mug and refill through the day. Disney don't, and the drinks are quite pricey for what you get. They're not even. We only got like a little cup, didn't we?
Yeah.
But they have free water, so literally you went round the corner after we ordered and there was free ice water on the side for you to grab, so...
Take some squirty juice with you.
Yeah, that's what we do. Obviously, if money's not too much of an option and you want a Coke, get a Coke, but for us...
If it's not an option, you're lucky.
Yeah, we would just go for the water next time or take our own drinks in.
I'm going to skip my next one because it was basically Casey's Corner. So we've just covered that. So my next one is going to be Friendly's. Just up from Point Orlando, I had chicken and waffles swimming in golden syrup. It was a recipe for a toothache, a heart attack, and a sugar overload, but it was good.
I didn't rate Friendly's.
Really?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't.
It's another cheap and cheerful sort of restaurant.
But it wasn't that cheap.
Well, cheapish sort of restaurant. I wouldn't go there with a load of us, sort of thing, because it would just work out too expensive. You might as well go to TGI's and get a decent meal.
Yeah. Basically, you like the meal that you had from there.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah,
Yeah, some people like Friendly's. I've heard good reviews about it, and our friend that lives in America, I'm sure she's raved about Friendly's before. I preferred Wendy's to Friendly's. That's because I got what did I get? A buffalo salad.
Buffalo Caesar salad.
Oh, that was good. So yeah, Friendly's, we've got to disagree on that. Like, it wasn't bad. Like, the food was edible. It wasn't unedible. I just think it was the prices were more restaurant prices, and that was more of a far. Yeah. The service, like, the lady that served us was...
Oh, she was lovely.
Yeah.
She was like, can I help you? Can I get this? Can I get that? Or,
my next one is the Outback.
Ooh.
You like the Outback?
Yeah, I overrated it, didn't I?
Oh, yeah. So, they brought out, like, bread to start with.
It's more of a baguette.
More of a baguette. I didn't eat the baguette because I'd ordered a blooming onion, but Levi doesn't eat onion, so I had the whole thing to myself. So you then devoured the bread, didn't you?
Yes.
And like, even when he'd finished the bread, she was like, "Do you want another bread?" Which was free on the house, but you couldn't eat another bread. And then the meals, like the size of the meals. Oh, I had the blooming onion burger.
We were both filled up. Like, I was on the verge of popping. I ate so much food.
Yeah. We didn't even get dessert.
We didn't even get dessert,
And
which
for
is...
us, that's crazy.
You took the words right out of my mouth. But for what we got, I believe... Did we get starters? We didn't, did we? We just got straight...
I got blooming onion.
Oh yeah, she got starters. I can't remember if I did or not. I might have filled myself up on bread.
I think you did.
But there's unlimited drinks as well, isn't it?
Yeah, most places are unlimited drinks. It might be worth just double checking, but we found that most sit-down...
Even McDonald's.
Most sit-down restaurants were refillable drinks.
And it wasn't too badly priced. We got a damn lot of food and drink, and it kind
It was good quality food as well.
Yeah. I think it was no more than $50, was
$50,
it?
$60.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got to add the tips on top of that. But it was not sort of a cheap and cheerful, you can just go Monday to Friday. We sort of have it as a more of a treat.
And then we go on a Starflyer and puke it all back up.
Yeah, but it's quite not like the area that it's in is really nice.
It's just it's on the top corner of Point Orlando, so you got all the You've got the bars, the pubs, and the restaurants behind it. You've got the Starflyer next to it.
Yeah.
Um,
But I thought it was really good. We used to have one here in Basildon, but that went.
yeah.
Right, what was next? Oh, you're next. I just done.
McDonald's. The sweet.
This is how classy we are, by the way. Like, our top 5 restaurants and McDonald's is on there.
That's our first date, McDonald's.
Oh yeah, it was.
Couldn't have been that bad. You stuck around. the sweet barbecue chicken tenders. Wow.
They were limited edition though.
Limited edition. Got them year before last, and I couldn't eat enough of them. Went back this year, and they totally changed the flavour.
Hot.
That was gross. But yeah, that was my favourite from the year before.
My next one, my 5th one was Denny's, but we've already covered that. Miller's. So Miller's is literally right opposite where we stay, and we sort of, every time we walk past, we're quite boring people. It's probably that it was always too rowdy and too loud. And then one day, I think it was they had a half-price ribs. What was the?
I think it's because
joining?
I think we stumbled. Well, didn't stumble across it because our hotel's opposite it, but my bad. We was too tight because we was gonna go to get a Chinese, wasn't we? It was on the way back from Tampa.
Yeah, which was, so we wanted to order Panda Express.
Panda Express, yeah.
But I think you could only get it from Universal, but I didn't, obviously you can't just walk into Universal
without spending like $30
parking, and obviously you have to, I think you have to have a ticket to go to the Broad.
No.
Anyway, so we were going to order Panda Express, and then to actually get it delivered to the room was about an extra $15 or $20 just for delivery. So we skipped that and decided to try Miller's. There was the 2 options. You could go outside on the patio, which is sort of the louder sports bar bit, which is a bit that we would always walk past, but we just opted to stay indoors. And it was so good. They've got a different, or they had a different offer every day. I think like Monday was half-price ribs, Tuesday was steak, something along them lines. And again, refillable drinks. There was all different sports on the tellies round. We're not sport people, but we watched poker. No idea what was going on, but it was pretty good. And again, the food there was of a really good quality.
They weren't too badly priced.
No, we shared the starters. We had pizza for starters, because that's acceptable. I had ribs, you had chicken tenders, obviously, and then we both had dessert, and they had it was some form of, what was the dessert that I had?
Was it like a brownie or something like that?
It was something piratey. I'm going to look it up a minute. Well, anyway, whatever dessert I had was damn good.
Yes.
Miller's was definitely worth it.
Definitely do. And it's even though it's branded as a sports bar, you can still take families in there.
Yeah.
I don't think you can sit in the bar area with the kids, but definitely out the back in the restaurant area, it's absolutely fine.
Shows. The first one, I reckon, is going to be the same.
Every time, without a fail, it has to be
Happily Ever After.
Happily Ever After.
Yeah, that is Goosebumps Central. And if you're going to Disney and you don't watch Happy Ever After,
don't go to Disney again because you're not worthy.
No, I think it's just magical. Happily Ever After is just, it's emotional, isn't it?
Yes.
But it's also phenomenal at the same time. Like what they do, it's just crazy. But yeah, that's definitely first. What's your second? I wonder if it's the same as mine.
River of
Lights, yeah, same as mine. So River of Lights is sort of the evening show they have an evening show in all of the Disney parks. So because obviously Animal Kingdom, the kind of fireworks because of the animals, they do like a water show with light and
projection.
Yeah, and it's just, again, that's really, really good. And I think sometimes they show it twice. I've seen it before that they show it twice.
I think it's in the months of where it gets darker earlier, they can get away with showing it twice.
Yeah. But you can get a fast pass for River of Lights. Now, the fast pass doesn't mean anything that different.
Just guaranteed a seat.
You're guaranteed a seat, and it's front on viewing. So we have done it once without a fast pass, and we were sat off to the side. So you can still see, like, it's still absolutely fine. But if you want front viewing, then fast pass.
Just bear in mind, if you get your fast pass for River of Lights, you can get 2 more fast passes for that day. But once you've used the other 2, that's it, because you have to use
all 3
to get more
before you can redo another one. Yeah, third one.
Fantasmic.
Yeah, same as it.
Hollywood Studios.
We've only seen it once, and again this time we didn't get a fast pass for it, and we sat just off centre, and there was a pole, I remember, in the way.
Right in front of us.
Yeah, which was a bit annoying, but we're going to try and get a fast pass for when we go this time. But that was really good.
There was a dancing lady, wasn't there?
Yeah, I don't think she was a cast member, but she went on the music that was sort of while you were waiting to go in. She was having a right old jig, and yeah, it's just really positive. And it's really fun. What's your next one?
My next one is the Beauty and the Beast show.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Also at Hollywood Studios.
That's shown a few times throughout the day. It's not an evening show. That's just one of the.
Yeah, I think it's 4 or 5 times throughout the day that it's shown. I've never been a big Beauty and the Beast person since I watched the live action. I think it's brilliant, the live action. But yeah, it's kind of, and obviously because the show's live action-ish, because you've got humans doing it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it is good. I think it's quite warm in there, and you're quite limited to obviously movement. So if you've got little kids,
make sure they don't cry.
No, we had that. We had sort of a, we're not going to tell people how to parent because we don't have children, but you are sort of not locked in, but you haven't got this place to run around. You have really got to sort of sit down under the heat for sort of half hour, 40 minutes. So just bear that in mind. If you've got kids that sort of don't want to sit down or it's too hot, that is what it is. There's no sort of area that they can move
it's a
around
stage
in.
show, basically.
Yeah, basically. My next one was Finding Nemo.
That was cool.
At Animal Kingdom. So that's just off by the River of Lights, by sort of the dinosaur area. And when I was like, how are they going to do Finding Nemo? How are they going to do that as a stage performance? Well, they smashed it. They sort of took the bar, raised it, and went a bit more. It was really good.
Yeah, again, it's a half-hour show, give or take. You got nice comfy seats, air conditioning.
Yeah, I was going to say it's air conditioned.
That was the best part about
Yeah.
it. And it's just the way that it's done. I believe you have some of the characters walking through the audience as
Yeah, they
well.
do. Yeah.
Like waving the flags and whatever. And it's just not going to give too much away. 1, because I can't remember. And 2, it won't be a surprise when you watch it.
But that's definitely worth looking at. Even if you just need to sort of cool down, you can get fast passes, but you can normally just rock up to it. Because obviously these take quite big.
If you get in the queue just after one started,
You'll be ready.
you'll be in the front of the queue for the next one. You might be waiting a while, but if you're not in a hurry, do it.
Yeah. You don't even really need like front seats or anything because it's like tilted. It is like a proper auditorium. So an auditorium can be in my big words.
Spell it.
No. So yeah, you don't even need to be at the front. We sat quite near the back and we could see everything perfectly.
Oh yes. My last one. I say it's a show / parade, Festival of Fantasy.
That's a parade. Definitely not a show.
They're doing something, you can watch them, they're showing you how they do it. It's a show. Festival of Fantasy. I enjoy it, the music's good. Yes, it's got that song in it. It's just all your characters down Main Street on the floats, waving, and you get to see them doing some dancing and bits and bobs. Yeah, that was my favourite. And it's kind of, if you can get a good spot, you need to sort of start sitting down
A bit early.
I'd probably say minimum half hour before it starts. So if you go to Starbucks, get yourself a coffee, a drink, a cake, sit down, enjoy yourself.
You don't have to. We've stumbled across the parades. We've been sort of one area of the park, sort of been able to see the parade go past, gone to somewhere else and caught the end of it in another area. So you don't have to sit down and watch it. But if you want to see sort of the full thing, you've never seen it before, then it's definitely worth getting sort of a good curb viewing. There should be somewhere coming up. I think we've taken a video of the Festival Fantasy Parade, so that will probably be up at some point once I've got through all of our holiday videos.
And we're not going to tell you where the best place to stand is, because I won't get to stand there anymore.
No, and it differs for everyone. So, you have missed out The Lion King in Animal Kingdom.
Oh no!
I know. So, The Lion King is a stage show in Animal Kingdom. It was actually only temporary when they first done it, and the reaction of it was so good that they've actually kept it for however many years it's now been running. But it's so good.
It's amazing.
It's so
It's
good.
amazing.
It's kind of like, I'm gonna say a circus, a Lion King themed circus.
It's
It's not a show of the Lion King, if that's what you're expecting. You're not going to go and watch a live action Lion King. It's just
you got the acrobats, you got the people doing backflips and
singing.
You haven't got the characters walking around dressed up. They're built into a float, so it's kind of well they are, aren't they?
It's not.
But you got Timon. He's pretty cool. I like Timon.
But it's very audience interactions, and everything as well, isn't it?
You got all the hit songs like
Yeah, the big ones.
The big ones. But yeah, it's definitely, again, it's a staggered auditorium.
Yeah.
So you not fuss too much where you sit because you'll always be able to see.
It's not that much of a big gap if you've got someone tall in front of you.
Yeah, unless you got like 10-foot Terry in front of you ain't gonna see. But
damn you, Terry.
But yeah.
And yeah, that one's really good. Again, you can get a fast pass for it, or you can just rock up and queue. The outside queuing is quite warm.
It's warm. You've got fans. All it really does is
push
the hot air around.
Yeah, basically.
But yeah, if you get a fast pass, it ain't too bad because you're let in first, and then they let however many people in after that, who can sort of, if they've got any seats left, sort of.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was our top 5 of things that we've done in Orlando. So hopefully, if you're planning to go over, we might have mentioned things that you've not thought of before, and you can look into them. But yeah, these are just our personal top 5s. They'll vary from person to person, and there's so many things that we haven't done while we've been out there. So there could be, our top 5 could change when we go next time. So we hope you've enjoyed, and hopefully we're going to try and do a couple more different videos to sort of help people that haven't been before sort of understand what's over there, what to pack for, what to expect. So hopefully we'll have time to actually sit down and do a few more videos, and our plan is to vlog our next trip. We planned to do it this time and didn't. So we've put up videos of sort of our holiday memories, and it's just clips and pictures from our holidays, which we've just sort of we've put on YouTube on our channel, really as ease, rather than every family member coming around us going through 101 pictures. We can put them up there and people can see, you know, and also we've got our friends that are coming over next year. It sort of gives them an idea of what to expect, and they can make a plan of what they want to do, so I can get a itinerary. I can get a spreadsheet done.
Like us, subscribe to us,
and hopefully we'll get some more videos up soon.
Bye.
Bye.